And I think if I mix these with the blue ones, showstopper. Hey, welcome back to my channel. So if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. And if you like the video, like the video. Comment, I want to talk to you. So today, I think spring is right around the corner. So I was shopping in my local grocery store. I had to go through the garden center. So I got a bunch of seed packs. There's this big old stand, and I have vegetables and bushes and perennials and annuals and beautiful flowers. So I got about 15 packs. So I was just going to show you what I got. And here we go. All right. So here are all the seed packets. And they're not organized in any particular way. This first one, I think actually got at Dollar Tree. It's American Seed, and it says finest quality since 1987. These are the Sweet Williams. I just think they're so precious. So it says days to germinate is 5 to 10. Depth to sow is 1/8 of an inch. Seed spacing is 1/2 inch. And they get 2 feet tall, and they're a biennial. Come up this year, die back, come back for the second year, and then I guess that's the extent of their life. So in my zone, as you can see, I'm in the green. So it looks like kind of like Midwest, kind of middle of the country. This is considered zone 3, which is not the USDA zone. But I plant this between April to June. If I'm just doing, I think, direct sowing. Now, if I were going to, let's see, for earliest bloom, start seeds indoors 4 to 6 weeks. So it looks like Florida, the tip of Texas, California, zone 1, you have to plant these between September and February. So wow, that's crazy. And then you got above that is like mid region, like North Texas, parts of Louisiana, Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina. Y'all can plant between March and June. And I think these zones are pretty good for around the board. And then zone 4, which is cold, like Maine, Idaho, North Dakota, Wyoming, Michigan, all that, you have to plant that May to June. So yeah, I'm going to try these, and I'm going to plant these also, I believe, in the south garden where all my wildflowers are. I guess I'd cut them and put them in vases, give them to friends and family. So that is the first packet we got. Sweet William. I like the name. I also have my cup of coffee. My favorite cup. It says, "What a beautiful day." I hope you're having a wonderful day and a beautiful day. Hope you can light somebody's life up today. Now these, also American Seed Company. These are Clark's Heavenly Blue Morning Glory. Aren't they so pretty? So it takes 10 to 14 days to germinate. It's 1/4 of an inch depth into sow. You space them out 2 to 3 inches. Growing height is 8 to 10 feet. And these are annuals, so they're flashy, they're colorful, but they won't come back. They're not a perennial. So I'm very excited to plant these. So there's a garden. Soak seed in warm water for 24 hours prior to planting. Provide trellis or other support. So I'm either going to do a trellis in the south garden on the corner where I'm going to do the woodcutter bees, or I have a pot outside with in the backyard, and I'm going to plant these in the obelisk so they can grow up that. I've done a backyard tour. I'm not sure if this video will come out before or after, but I'm excited to try the Morning Glories. And just like these are another type of morning glories, these are just mixed colors. I'm not going to read too much into that, but I'll show you the picture of these. I think they're beautiful. So I could put these, like I said, corner of the south garden because it has a fence already, and like a little corner, so I think it'd be easy for it to grow. I guess it could grow up the gutter, I don't know. And then I could put it also in the back too. It would be cohesive that way. Because I like same components, in the north, you want to bring different elements to each garden so it's kind of cohesive. Next we have Forget-Me-Nots, and it's an annual firmament. It's also American Seed Company. And these are just really cute, dainty flowers. I think blue is very underused in a garden, so that was my draw to these, but it takes 8 to 10 days to germinate. You plant these 1/4 of an inch to sow. You put an inch between them, 1 to 2 grow in height, and they're an annual. So, and if I'm not mistaken, forgive me, I'm gonna have to look. These might be marginals in the for a pond, so they might like wet roots. I'm not sure. And like the Forget-Me-Not, these Bachelor Button Blue Boy, these are really pretty. I liked the blue, and it takes 10 to 14 days to germinate, 1/4 inch to sow. 1 to 2 inches of spacing, grows 2 to 3 feet in height, and it's an annual also. Forget-Me-Not, or no, Bachelor Button, sorry. And like I said, I'm a zone 3, which I can start planting these in April. Oh, I forgot to say, these are full sun to partial shade, so they're kind of versatile. Alright, next we have Snapdragon, Tall Rust Resistant Mixed Colors. So, 10 to 14 days to germinate. You plant these 1/8 of an inch. You seed spacing 1/2 inch. And they grow about 3 to 3.5 feet tall. They are annuals. These sow seeds indoors, warm, well-lit area for 6 to 8 weeks before last frost. Or they can be sown directly outdoors after all danger or frost is past. And garden hints, plant bloom heavily in the early summer, and if spikes are cut off, will bloom again in the fall. Okay. Wow. It is an annual, but you get, long time interest with these. Wow, I love that. I might, I don't know. They have a lot of seeds, and it's already kind of getting full back there. So I'm trying to think where else I could plant these precious flowers. Next, we have a mix of California mixed zinnias. Also American Seed Company, which, like I said, I got at Dollar Tree. It's 4 for $1. So these take 5 to 10 days to germinate, 1/4 of an inch depth to sow. You space these 4 to 5 inches apart, and they grow up to 3 feet tall, and they're an annual. And then garden hints, keep moist, water freely during dry weather. Zinnia, they're pretty. And then I also got semi-dwarf Pumila mixed color zinnia. Aren't these pretty? It looks like orange, like rainbow sherbet or something. This is 6 to 10 days to germinate, 1/4 inch depth to sow, 4 to 5 inch of seed spacing. They grow 18 to 24 inches of growing height and type annual. And garden hints, keep moist, water freely during dry weather. Same thing as the other zinnias. Now let's switch it up a bit. So I think those are all of the Dollar Tree American Seed. American Seed packs. Alright, so this, I've never heard of these before. These are Fairy Morse, then top breed since 1856. And I got 2 packs of these. These are the, I believe I did. There they are. Isn't that cool? Zinnia Envy. So these, 5 to 10 days to germinate, 1/4 inch depth to plant, 12-inch spacing, 24 to 36 inches height, and 60 to 75 days to bloom. So there you go. And these say the same thing, April to July. I will probably, so our weather here in Tennessee is usually crazy. Usually around Mother's Day, which is in May, we're good to go in the garden because I've seen it snow in April before. It's crazy. So I don't know if I want to, I know I want to jump the gun. I know I want to plant in April, but if I do, it's going to be the tail end of April or the beginning of May, because this, even though it's been very mild and dry, kind of warmer February, like right now it's in the morning, it's 66 degrees, but it's March and spring is approaching, but this is very, just not normal for Tennessee, I don't think. Not these many days consistently warm like it has been. Let's go to this. These are a big pack. These really caught my eye. I love, obviously, the color and the, I love the foliage on these. And I don't know if I've ever heard of this, but, and I might pronounce this wrong, so don't come for me. And there's a little sticker that says, loved by pollinators, so I love that. I think it's called a nasturtium, and this is called the Empress of India. I'm so excited to plant these. Aren't they beautiful? Look at the foliage. They kind of remind me of like a geranium or something, where they're kind of like, you know, kind of bubbled looking. I don't know if that makes sense, but this is 7 to 14 days to germinate, 1/2 inch to depth to sow, 6-inch spacing, 9 inches in height, and 32 to 40 inch or days to bloom. So wow, this will be, I think, one of my favorites. All right, next, still the same brand, Fairy Morse. This is a rainbow mixed color coleus. These are 10 to 15 days to germinate, 1/8 of an inch depth, 12-inch spacing, 10 to 15 inch height, and then 45 to 60 days to bloom. Aren't they pretty? I like that color. Did I get 2 of these? I don't know if I did or not. Let's do these, because I forgot. I'm trying to do these all like in category, but I got some more zinnias. These are giant cactus flowered mixed colors. Aren't they really cool? Really cool looking zinnias. 5 to 10 days to germinate, 1/4 of an inch depth, 10 to 12 inch spacing, 2 to 3 feet height, 60 to 75 days to bloom. I'll put these with the zinnias. Alright, this is what I picked up. Petunias! Those are one of my favorite flowers. I love a good bubblegum. Those are just a crowd pleaser. They are vigorous and they're beautiful in the garden. Planted or in the potted or in the ground. So these are the dwarf bedding mixed colors. These caught my eye. Aren't they so pretty? 7 to 12 days to germinate, 1/8 of an inch depth, 6 to 10 inches spacing. They grow 15 to 18 inches tall, and then 45 to 80 days to bloom. So I might pot these. And let's do sweet peas. These are the Jet Set mixed color. I think these, loved by pollinators, and they like full sun, 10 to 14 inches, or 10 to 14 days to germinate, half an inch depth, 10 to 12 inch spacing. They grow up to 5 feet and 90 to 120 days to bloom. So they get pretty tall. All right, let's get into, okay, let's do this one. Fairy Morris blanket flower. And I thought my orange is my favorite color, so these caught my eye. They kind of look like a flame or like a fiery color. So these are 7 to 15 days to germinate, 1/8 inch depth, 14 to 18 inch spacing, 24 to 30 inch height, and 90 to 100 days to bloom. So I'm really excited about these pretty things. All right, let's switch it around, and we're gonna go into sunflowers. I was like, what? Let's do this one, because I think it's kind of interesting. Well, we can do these, so they're kind of similar. So this is a Ruby Eclipse sunflower, and this is a Magic Roundabout. But I was like, I've never seen a sunflower like that. Isn't that crazy? I think they're pretty much the same other than the high. Well, no. Yeah, 7 to 14 days to germinate, 1/2 inch depth to plant, 6 to 10 inches of spacing. They both get 6 feet tall, and they're both 75 to 90 days to bloom. All right, won't that be like spectacular to see? I'm so excited. Now let's do this one. Fairy Morris Sunflower Velvet Queen. Look how pretty that is. Really crimson, scarlety red. 10 to 14 days to germinate, 1/2 inch depth, 6 inch spacing, 5 feet tall, and then 65 to 70 days to bloom. I'm really excited about that. So now we're going to switch it up a bit. These are all Burpee seed packets. So this is a Chianti hybrid. Chianti is like a wine, so this is kind of like a purpley color. Sunflower. They like full sun, which is 6+ hours, 55 days to bloom, 4 to 5 feet high. You plant this an inch depth, and thin is 12 to 18 inches. So that might be spacing, but this blooms in the summer. Yeah. Rich, vibrant burgundy red, 3 to 4 pollenless blooms sparkled with gold, long-lasting cut flower. Oh my gosh, this might be my favorite. Don't tell the rest of them. This is the last of the sunflowers. This is just an evening sun mixed color. I just liked all of the variation, the yellow, the gold, orange, red. This is full sun also. It takes 70 days to bloom. This gets 6 to 7 feet high, 1 inch depth, 12 to 18 inches thin. Also blooms in summer. Now, these have always appealed to me. These are Hollyhock Country Romance mixed colors. They also like full sun, 365 days to bloom, 5 to 7 feet tall, 1/4 inch depth, and 12 inch space. Blooms the following spring and summer. So I guess I will not get these this year, but I'm gonna go ahead and plant them. And I just love, they're kind of like no other. Hollyhock. Very interesting, very pretty. And the last thing, this is probably the most wild thing. This is not your typical flower, but this is an amaranth, and Love Lies Bleeding. This is a beautiful, gorgeous color. Full sun, 60 days bloom, 3 to 5 feet tall, 1/4 inch depth, 18 to 24 inch spacing, blooms in summer. So I have a lot of planting to do. How about you? If you liked this video, give it a like, comment. Do you like these videos? I hope you do. I enjoy making these videos for you, and I will see you on the next one. Bye, y'all. Babe, be the light.